So, I have this really cool cookbook, which is called Hero's Feast. It's flipped. But in this book, there's a lot of really cool Dungeons and Dragons.
Hi there, Lokia.
Hey, Loki, how you doing? How are you? Welcome in. Just started, so good timing. So I was just saying, this book has a lot of really cool Dungeons and Dragons, not just inspired recipes, but recipes that are actually in the stories. Was hearing myself double. So today I'm going to be making one of the recipes from this book, as voted on by you guys in the Discord, and that recipe is Halfling oatmeal sweet nibbles. Basically, they're just really cute oatmeal cookies, and I love oatmeal cookies, so that's where we're at today. So, first of all, it says to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I've already got that going, and line two large rimmed baking sheets with parchment paper or non-stick silicone liners. So I've already got that all done. And, well, I have one baking tray because I don't have two baking trays. But I've got that done. So the next step is basically, in a bowl, stir together the flour, oats, baking soda, and salt. Sounds nice? I'm glad you think so. I hope they turn out well. Wait a minute. My camera froze. I just noticed. Let me fix that real quick. There we go, all fixed. So, yeah, basically all the ingredients. Why does that camera keep freezing? Always something. I have an idea. Give me a sec. I think I know why it's freezing. That's no good. Alright, just a sec. There, I think that should maybe fix the problem. Now let's deactivate and activate it again, and truly it isn't my stream if something doesn't go wrong. That should help. Alright, so anyways, the ingredients for this recipe are 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, 1.5 cups packed of light brown sugar, 1 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature. I hope mine is cooled. It's a little over room temperature, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and 1 cup of butterscotch chips. Now, we don't really have things like chocolate chips and stuff here, so I'm just going to be using this butterscotch milk chocolate, and this stuff is really good. So I'll just put this book away and start going. I always have technical issues on a cooking stream. It's all good. Gosh, cooking streams are really something. They're so fun though, so I don't mind dealing with the technical issues. But yeah, I'm glad you know what I mean. Different setup, different situation. I feel like the music might be a little bit loud. Let me turn that down a smidge. Alright, so first of all, in a bowl, stir together the flour, oats, baking soda, and salt. Where am I going to put this big cookbook? I guess on my lap. Just hide it out of sight for a sec. So that was 1.5 cups of flour. So I got this really cool baking cube that we 3D printed, which is what I'm going to be using today. So this large one is 1 cup. So Loki, do you do a lot of baking streams? I love doing them. I don't do them that often because they are a little bit of a hassle, but they are very fun. So I'm just going to scoop this in with a spoon to keep it slightly fluffy. I won't pack it down or anything. We're almost at a cup here. Also, how's your day been so far? That's about a cup. So we'll put that in the big bowl. And I need another half cup, so this side right here is my is my half cup. So I'm gonna fill that up with flour as well. Just gonna shake it a little bit. There we go. That's about a half cup. Tap it out a little bit. And we'll put this flour away before I toss it all over myself. I do mainly ukulele streams, but I have done some vegan, vegetarian cooking and baking. I also do traveling vlogs and gaming. No way! That's so cool. Are you vegan? I guess that would make more sense if you're a vegetarian. So, if you are, me too. Alright, the next thing was oats. 2 cups of rolled oats, that is, specifically. So I guess doing travel vlogs hasn't really been too easy this year. Or have you managed to do something anyways? Day's been good. First day of online teaching. Oh, congrats. So I've taught some lessons, got another meeting in an hour. All right. Well, good luck with your meeting in an hour. I need 2 cups of these oats. I'm just gonna pour these in right here. So how did your online classes go? Was it very different from what you're used to? Hi, Excalamity? Is that how you say your username? Correct me if I'm wrong. How are you doing? How's your day so far? I was vegan for 2 years, but I had some health issues this year, and so I had to become vegetarian. Alright, that makes sense. Well, that's cool that you're still a vegetarian anyways. I don't know if I could ever do veganism. I do respect it a whole lot, though, that's for sure. Alright, next thing is baking soda. And that's 1 teaspoon. So let me grab the cube. And we have that right up here. That was close. Mighty is the end of the word. Okay, Excalamity. Thank you for correcting me. I'm doing good this morning. Well, for me it's afternoon. How about you? Travel blogs are reading streams, really. Oh, just reading my travel journals. I've done a lot of traveling, not in 2020, obviously. That's cool. What kind of travels have you had? Where have you gone? So, this is a little counterintuitive, but I'm gonna, with this little spoon, I'm gonna take, oh boy, that was a big mess. I'm gonna take some of this baking soda and measure it out in the teaspoon measurement. That seems about right. And I will drop the rest of it back in. There we go. Greetings and salutations. Alright, what's the next thing? And salt. So that was half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Now, I don't have kosher salt, and I know kosher salt is a lot less salty than normal, like, table salt, or in this case, sea salt. So I'm just gonna crack in a couple of cracks and leave it at that. Just about like that. Now, technically, according to the recipe, this is where it stops with the dry ingredients, but I have all these spices right next to me, and I really want to use some of them. Especially cinnamon, I feel like is always really, really nice in these type of cookies. So I'm just kind of gonna wing it, to be honest. New Zealand, Canada, USA, Africa, Peru, Argentina. No way. That's so cool. Was supposed to go to Japan last year, but was canceled because of COVID. Oh, that's sad. Well, cool anyways that you've got to travel to so many places in your life. I've also got cardamom here, which is something I like using somewhat sparingly. I want a little bit of... I keep forgetting what this is called in English. In Dutch it's kruidnagel. Cloves, that's what it is in English. Just a smidge of cloves. Just to warm it up a little bit. I've got a little bit of nutmeg here. Also not too much, just a couple dashes. And a little bit of ginger powder. I've also traveled around a lot of countries in Europe. Oh, really? Me too. I mean, obviously, living in Europe makes that a little bit easier. But I guess you're not far away either. So yeah, that's about it for the dry ingredients. I'm gonna mix these up real quick. Just give them a quick stir around. And then I will start on the wet ingredients, which is only a couple. So once these go in the oven, I found another really fun recipe in this book for hot cocoa. And since it's still pretty darn cold outside, I thought I'd make some of that while we're waiting on the cookies. There we go. That seems pretty well incorporated. So Loki, you, what have been your favorite places to travel to? And also Excalamite, do you like traveling? Where have you traveled to? Alright, next thing is in a large bowl. Oops. In a large bowl, beat together the brown sugar and butter until light and creamy. So I guess I'll have to grab another large bowl for this. And I don't really feel like using the beaters because they're just so loud, so I will be doing that with a spoon. Working those arm muscles, especially since the butter's still a little bit cold. Oh well, I'm gonna grab a new bowl real quick. I'll be back in just a sec. There we go. Excalamite, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. Nope, I'm just in London. I hope the whole Brexit shambles won't limit travel choices too much. Gosh, I hope so too. I mean, I mean, I love going to London, and I hope that for you guys, it'll be just as easy as usual to be able to travel. That would be really annoying if it wouldn't be like that. I love New Zealand. I would live there. Everywhere has been great, though. That's cool. Are there any sites that you, like, in particular would recommend to go see? Anywhere, really. In New Zealand or anywhere else. So I'm gonna just set this bowl aside real quick. Over there. And I'll grab this one. Now, it says 1 cup of butter. Right? Yeah, 1 cup of unsalted butter. Okay, Google. How much is 1 cup of butter in grams? Google has to help me with everything.
Sorry, I don't understand, but I found something else.
She never does
Do you
understand.
Want to know how to measure 1 cup of butter?
Yes. Sure.
On the website nigella.com, they say, so if you are using cup measures, you could pack the butter into a measuring cup, or below is a ready reckoner, which may help if you have scales. 1 stick butter equals 8 tablespoons equals 1/2 cup equals 4 ounces, 110
Okay,
grams.
so I think that's just...
2 sticks butter
Yeah, that's
equals
about...
1 cup equals 8 ounces, 225
This is fine.
grams.
225, so I have 250 here. So I'll just cut a little bit off from this. And then we've got our 225 grams. It's slightly too soft to be able to cut just right through the wrapping. So let me unwrap it a little bit. And I'll cut this down a bit. I wouldn't know where to start with recommending one place to see. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be just one place. I'd love to hear which places you really loved. Just grabbing a tea towel real quick. I always forget to grab that beforehand. Alright, so this apparently is 1 cup of butter. Let me drop that in. Just like that. And I'll wrap this little pad up for some other use at some other time. Wipe my hands off a bit. That and 1.5 cups packed of light brown sugar. Huh. Just as much sugar as there is flour in this recipe. I guess that makes sense for a cookie recipe. I'm just carefully scooping all this sugar in here, trying to not get it all over my work surface. And let me pack this down real quick. Just like that. And add a little bit more. About 2 more tablespoons. Something about like that. So that's 1 cup. I love seeing it fall apart like that. It's so nice. And another 1/2 cup. One of my favorite places to go on, to travel to is Paris. It's so cliche, of course. But, I don't know, something about Paris just, it's pretty magical. The Waitomo Caves. 3 hours drive from Auckland. Ceiling covered in glowworms. No way. Looks like stars in the sky. That sounds so cool. That sounds incredibly impressive. How do you learn about places like that? Do you hear people going there, or do you find it online, or things like that? Queenstown, Wellington, and Christchurch. Alright. What kind of things go on there? What's the attractions? Or is it just nice places to be? There we go. That's about 1.5 cups. Let me put that back here. And pour that right out. Let's see here. So, in a large bowl, beat together the brown sugar and butter until light and creamy. Mix in the egg and vanilla. And then add the flour mixture until incorporated. So, I'm just going to be beating this up. Let me break up the butter a bit first. This is especially going to be tough sitting down. Standing up wouldn't be too bad, but might have to experiment here with the best way to do this. Put this book away real quick. Hope it doesn't fall. Lonely planet and lots of research. Makes sense. I'm actually just gonna prop myself up a little bit here. So I have a little more room to work with, a little more leverage for mixing these butter and sugars up. I know that technically when it says to beat it until light and fluffy, it means it, but like, I usually don't mind if it's not as fluffy as they intend it to be. I went skiing in Queenstown. They're just vibrant cities and a lot of things to see, culture and sights. That sounds really cool. It's cool that you just find those types of places. Things that you might not immediately think to go to. Places that are maybe a little less touristy. I think one of my favorite places to be also is in the Napa area in California. I'm a big D&D fan. I don't know. I mean, somewhat. My boyfriend actually plays D&D quite a lot, so he was the main, what would you call that? Mainly because of him that we have this cookbook. But I have played quite a few times, and I do really enjoy it. I've never finished a campaign, though. For some reason, all the campaigns that I join just kind of fizzle out and die somehow. I love Paris too, not cliche at all. Thank you! I appreciate you saying that. Every time I say that Paris is one of my favorite places to visit, I feel like people are a little bit judgmental about that. Since it's like, yeah, everyone loves Paris. Of course you love Paris. How could you not love Paris? You know? But, I don't know. It feels special. I've been there many, many, many times. And every time I find new cool stuff to see there and do there. And I just enjoy the whole almost fairy tale-like city of it. It just feels special. I like describing it kind of as Disneyland, even though I've only been to Disneyland once in my life when I was like 3 years old probably. But it's like everything is just made to be pretty there. I've always been intrigued by D&D. I've never played though. Maybe you should sometime. It's really fun. It can be difficult to find a party though. So I can imagine that would be somewhat of a hurdle. But if you do find one, I would definitely recommend it. It is for sure very fun. I'm just kind of scooping some of the butter off of the spoon as I go, so it doesn't get clumped up on there. But yeah, D&D is pretty cool. It's pretty fun to play. It's just, I mean, I guess it really depends on who you're playing with if it's fun. But if you got a little bit of an experienced DM and just people who are fun to play with, it's usually a pretty dang good time. This is not that easy. Getting this butter and sugar incorporated, especially since the butter isn't that soft. It takes a minute. At some point, I'll get myself something like a KitchenAid. But, well, for one, I don't have the space. My kitchen is pretty tiny, so I don't really have the space for a KitchenAid. I bet there are some weird and wonderful recipes in that D&D recipe book. Kind of. It's mostly the names that are strange. But a lot of them are like adapted to normal life, because it still is like a recipe book. It still is just a cookbook. So it's like lots of recipes that would have like berries that don't exist in this world, or animals that don't exist or are not traditionally eaten in this world. It just kind of replaces that with things that are easily found and, you know, somewhat normal. But the fun thing about this book is there's so much lore in it. It like tells you the origins of the dish that they're creating and things like that. So I think that's the major appeal of the book. There we go. This is getting pretty smooth now. Pretty well incorporated. Say it's almost ready to add the eggs and vanilla into. You could turn it into a whole cooking stream series. I definitely could, and I've been thinking about doing so. The only problem is that a lot of them are either recipes that take a very long time, so like need to be refrigerated for a few hours or things like that, or actual like dinner recipes, you know, which is fine, but it's also a little bit difficult to set up for me since my kitchen is very small and a little bit inconvenient to have a setup in. I'm definitely gonna try and check that out. There's also a lot of other cookbooks that I would enjoy making more videos of, as I've shown in the Discord. And that's just a small selection of the cookbooks that I have around. But yeah, I think making a series out of this would be really, really fun. There we go. This is all nice and smooth now. Not light and fluffy, but, you know, we'll deal with it. So I'm going to crack one egg in here. I do love the sound of eggs cracking. And I think it said 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So what I always use as a teaspoon measurement when I'm using vanilla extract is just the cap, honestly. I read online somewhere that the cap of a vanilla extract bottle is usually about 1 teaspoon. And I'm not sure if that's true, but it usually gives me about the right flavor, so that's what I'll use. Seems more like half teaspoon to me. That's okay. I don't really like too much vanilla extract in my baking. Gives it a little bit of a fake flavor sometimes. Especially if you're not using the very good stuff. I voted for the dessert book, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to some recipes from there. But this looks like a winner. Oh yeah, for sure. This should be a really nice one. Honestly, I kind of thought that the dessert person book would win. Especially at the beginning, since most people had voted for that at the beginning. So I have a very good recipe from that book planned that I am extremely excited about. I got that book, the dessert person book, for Christmas. I used to be a huge fan of the Bon Appetit videos before the whole, well, Bon Appetit situation happened. I'm sure you've heard. And if you haven't, I guess I can explain it if you haven't. In a little bit of detail. I don't really know too much about it. But I got that book for Christmas and I am so happy with it. It's such a nice book. It just has so much technique in it and so much... It's more like a learning book more than it actually is a recipe book, but it's more a recipe book than Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat is. Which is almost like... almost a school book. Which I don't mind at all. I think that's pretty cool. It's a very useful book to have around. Alright, this is almost fully incorporated. The eggs usually take a minute to really get fully incorporated. It is a bummer what happened to Bon Appetit. I used to love their videos so much. I used to watch basically every single one of them. Let me scrape this down a bit. Now that there's eggs in it, I don't want to really touch it with my fingers all that much. I mean, not that it's a problem, but just... You know the Bon Appetit situation? Yeah. Did you like their videos? Or, I guess they still make videos. But I feel like they're pretty unpopular. There we go. This is looking good. That looks well incorporated to me. Well, with this well incorporated, I am going to add that into the bigger bowl. I know it's technically the other way around. Let me make sure that this is actually all the wet ingredients that I need. Egg and vanilla. Yep, that's it. Then I need to chop up the chocolate, and that's about the dough. I did watch them, but not avidly. Yeah, makes sense. I feel like a lot of people were that way with Bon Appetit. Just like the fun videos would come by on your dashboard, and those would be nice to watch, but besides that, I don't know. I really got into Brad Leone's series, and of course Claire's series. But I'm glad they've moved on to things that are more suited for them, I guess. There we go. I hope this mixes easily. I don't want to overmix this because I don't want to make the cookies tough. Just mix them up a little bit like this. It is a pretty dry dough, I'm noticing. So I might have to add a little bit of milk or so to this. Let me just do a thing real quick before I finish this off. Just change something real quick. There we go. All right. So yeah, I'll have to see if I have to add like any more liquids to this, because it does seem quite dry to me. This is also the very first recipe that I'm actually making from this book, so I guess we'll see how this turns out. It smells fantastic, but that's mostly the spices, honestly. Yeah, this is pretty difficult to incorporate, so I think I will add a tiny bit of milk. This smells exactly like a cookie recipe I used to make. I used to love making oatmeal cookies, so this is a little throwback for me. Now I've pretty much exclusively... Hi Badger, welcome in. How are you? Let me just open up this pack of milk. I'm using soy milk here, and that's also what I'm going to be using for the hot chocolate later on. Just adding a splash in there. If I need more, I'll add more. Love spices and biscuits and cookies. Yeah, me too. It just adds so much, especially to recipes like this. Sometimes I overdo it a little bit, but honestly, I love it just the same, even if it is a little overdone. Alright, this is starting to incorporate nicely, so I'm just going to let this hydrate for a minute while I chop up the chocolate. Good, thanks. Sorry I'm late. No problem. Not at all. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Almost ready with the dough, so I'm going to put this aside for just a second while I cut up my chocolate, and then I'll mix everything together, and that'll be it. Snack packs, hi! It is late for me, that's right. Well, I mean, it's late for me to be streaming, usually. Multiple reasons for that. One of them is that I had a meeting earlier today that I had to be at. So my stream tomorrow is going to be a bit later as well, because I have another meeting. School stuff. And besides that, I just had to have food and stuff. Hey Proud Trico, welcome in. Oh god, I show up super hungry and the first thing I see is chocolate. Welcome, grab a snack. I am just going to be chopping up this chocolate a little bit roughly, because I don't want it to be too small of pieces. So in the original recipe, it says to use chocolate chips and butterscotch chips, but I don't have those. I don't know where to find those. Howdy, I just woke up and missed 50 minutes of my first class. Oh no. That sucks. Were you still able to follow it? How long was your class in general? I'm off to the kitchen to make bad decisions. Snacks are never a bad decision. Make some bad decisions for me too, please. Right? So I'm just gonna coarsely chop this. Also, I've been telling you about this Christmas present that I got. This is the knife that I got from my dad as a Christmas present. And it's kind of hard to see, but it's like... yeah, you can't really see it that well. Well, if I put it like that, you can kind of see the damasked edge, which is nice. Just give it a little time, Proud Trico. We're all off to Annie's later for treats. Welcome, welcome. Come grab some cookies. Just not fair. Honestly, some of you guys who usually watch me probably make it over here. I mean, I guess not you guys specifically, but like, there's a couple Dutch people who watch me And technically they could be close. That'd be cool though to one day like actually meet you guys and like be able to hang out in real life. I mean, I don't see it happening anytime soon, but I think that'd be really cool if this all goes on for a while, you know? I'm in England, so long walk and swim for me. Yeah, quite. It's quite the walk and swim. But I mean, with the train, you could be here in just, I don't remember, like 2 hours or something now? Buys a badger onesie for future hangouts. That'd be so cool. Alright, with this chocolate all chopped up, I'm gonna grab this big bowl. And I filled up my workstation. This is inconvenient, what I've done here. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually just kind of get up and like, I have my bowl under the table now, and I'm just gonna kind of scrape the chocolate into the bowl. That might be the most convenient way to do it. Yeah, this is working out. I'm sorry if this sound is annoying, by the way. It'll be over soon. But I can imagine having a scraping sound like that is not that enjoyable to listen to. There we go. Never looked into the train. That's quite quick, really. Yeah, it is really quick with the train. I think that's probably the quickest way to get here. Nobody, Annie, haha, calls me on Discord by accident last night. Yeah, sorry about that one. What was I doing? I like clicked on your profile somehow and accidentally called you. So, sorry about that. That's a weird mechanic. That it's really, really easily to accidentally call someone on Discord. There we go. This is turning out pretty good. I'm just gonna sit up like this, and then I'll have a little more leverage to work this in. I don't know. Sometimes I like to imagine things like conventions and stuff and seeing you guys there. I think that'd be so cool. I gotta go to class and focus. I'll catch you next stream, but not the 3 a.m. ones for me. That's fine. Have a good class. Thank you so much for stopping by. And a good rest of your day as well. Hope your class goes great. Gosh, this is still so dry. I think I'm gonna have to add a little bit more milk. Just a splash like that. I also did kind of use a small egg, so that might also contribute to this not being that well hydrated. So what are some of you guys' favorite baking recipes? And do you guys like to bake? This is almost fully incorporated. There's still a couple pockets of, yeah, just like that. There's still a couple pockets of flour that need to be worked in, especially near the bottom here. There's still quite a bit. Yeah, this is gonna need even more milk. Does Twitch do conventions? I'd be terrified of meeting people I really like from Twitch. I don't know, I think meeting people from Twitch would be less awkward than from like YouTube or something. But I'm pretty sure there's a Twitch convention. I don't know, I might be wrong. You guys know if there's a Twitch convention? If there's not, there should be. But I feel like since you already see them live, TwitchCon. Yeah, that's what I thought. You can meet your favorite streamers. Such a creative name. I don't know, but I feel like that would be less awkward than like meeting like traditional media celebrities or YouTubers, because what you're seeing is not edited generally. You know, you're just seeing people as they are, pretty much, at least in some of the rawest form of media, I'd say. So I feel like that would be less awkward than meeting someone who you've only seen edited versions of. Let's see here. Shows how new I am to Twitch. Thanks for the info, guys. Me too. I'm new to Twitch too, so no problem. Me and a bunch of my streamer buddies have talked about traveling to meet up, and TwitchCon is the best place. For sure. I think that'd be so cool to be able to do stuff like that. Can't wait to meet some of my friends I've made on Twitch. That would be so nice. That too, you know, just knowing that other people that are on Twitch are there too. Jamie, hi, welcome in. I'm sure it'd be an easy hangout effectively after watching streamers. I just worry from my end that it'd be a letdown for people. I'm pretty socially awkward. Well, I mean, I think that mostly depends on the people you're meeting, you know? Conversations are a two-way street, you know? Honestly more real on Twitch than I am talking to my parents. Same. OMG oatmeal. Yeah, pretty much. We're making oatmeal cookies. This is pretty much also this done. Thank you, that means a lot. So, with this batter done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my camera over there and make the balls of cookie dough. So you guys won't be able to see my face for a little bit there, but I will bring my mic over there and stuff, so I can still read your comments and talk to you guys. That's the fun of Twitch, and I've said this, Twitch is basically like anti-socializing. Kinda, yeah, but in what way are you thinking of? I play Fortnite now with gamer streamers I've met on Twitch, and once we can travel, I'm gonna go hang out with them IRL. That's so cool! Things like that are so fun about this platform. It's just like, I feel like you get to know people here in a much more real way than on other platforms. I don't know, I think that's cool. Anyways, I am gonna switch my camera over to over there. And I'm also gonna take a real quick bathroom break, just a minute, and then I'll be back. So hang on tight for just a sec, and I will be right back. Alright, I am back, and this is a little bit of a weird setup, but basically my laptop is behind me, so I can read your comments behind me. So that's why I'll be turning around periodically. Let's see here. What have you guys been saying? There we go. I mean, like, there are multiple levels of engagement you can watch without talking. Watch while talking, only once in a while, talk all the time, and you can switch between at any point with no strings attached. Yeah, exactly. That is a really interesting way to be able to interact with the people who watch you, and like, I don't know, it's a good time. I understand what you mean with that. I only started streaming because I wanted to feel connected during the lockdown. I love the people on Twitch, apart from the occasional troll. Oh yeah, the Twitch community is incredible. It really is one of the best communities that I've ever, like, been a part of. It's so cool. And yeah, feeling connected during the lockdown has been not my main reason to start streaming, but a really big one, honestly. Is anyone home? Hi, Floridian Panda. Sorry. I know your username, but I just kind of forgot it for a sec. I am home. Hi. I'm just going to be rolling the cookie dough out, so that's what's going on here. So yeah, that's the deal right now. I am going to start baking some cookies. I'm going to turn around periodically, so I will still be reading you guys' comments, but it might be a few seconds before I read them in time. So I'm going to grab decently big portions because I want bigger cookies. Pretty much. I think I might have added slightly too much milk now, but oh well. That's just the way. I'm gonna try to keep them somewhat similar in size to each other, but if that doesn't work out, then whatever. Yes, I am back, Badger. So, what kind of streams do you guys like watching in general? Like, what do you watch other people play or do, or what are you guys' interests? Now that we're talking about Twitch more as a whole. I'm really mostly into watching Animal Crossing streams, to be honest. I just feel like they're really chill and there's really no pressure to participate too much in chat. I'm more of a lurker myself. I'll basically watch any kind of stream. The streamer's personality is what's important to me. Yeah, I get that. I feel like that for a couple streamers. I don't really have too many streamers that I watch very frequently. I just haven't really gotten into communities that much yet. But like streamers like Lilula, I'll watch pretty much anything she streams because I just like, you know, being there during her streams. Even though I'm not there that often. Just like people like that, you just want to see what they're up to, and it doesn't really matter too much, you know, where they came from. So that's all that's going to fit on this baking sheet with these pretty huge cookies, honestly. I am going to wash my hands. my hands now clean, I'm gonna pop these in the oven and do the other recipe that I wanted to make during this stream, which is the hot chocolate. I think it was called chocolate broth or something? I don't know. I'll show you guys the book in just a second. I'm gonna pop these in the oven for 15 minutes. Okay, Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Okay, 50 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, Google, cancel that timer.
Okay, I cancelled it.
Okay, Google, set a timer for 15 minutes. She wanted to set a timer for 50 minutes. That would have been way too long. All right, let's see here. What have you guys been talking about? I watch lots of different streams. For me, it's more about the streamer and how they respond to their community. The people in the chat also can make or break a stream for me. Absolutely. People in the chat can be very, very important in my enjoyment of the stream. I watch good streams. That makes sense. Like, for example, Grumpy Henna. First 2 streams I ever watched of her were Five Nights at Freddy's and Undertale. 2 games I couldn't care less about if you paid me, but she's so welcoming and kind. To everyone, how could I not stay? Yeah, I think that's a really, really important factor in enjoyment of the stream, is just how welcome you feel, you know? I feel like, especially with a lot of larger streamers, I just don't feel that welcome. Because it's just like, there's so many people there, you can never compete with people talking, you know? So true, I was never a gamer and got rated by a lovely gamer who I now watch avidly and have gotten to know and chat to regularly. Yeah, same with me for Tickets Tom. He rated me one day and I kind of checked out his channel, and he is such a cool streamer. It honestly doesn't even matter what he's playing, I'll be watching. I now watch music and games mostly. That's cool. A good chat community is also important, absolutely. Almost one of the most important things, but also it's a very good reflection of who you are as a streamer, what your chat is like. I mean, if your chat's really toxic and just like no fun, then probably your stream is somewhat like that as well. I think you attract the people that like that associate with you, I guess. I love that watching streamers actually got me into Animal Crossing, ironically. Also bought Monkey Island 1 and 2 from watching her. That's cool. Yeah, I got into watching stream. I usually get into watching someone stream as they play like Animal Crossing or some other game that I'm interested in seeing. And then usually I'll start watching their other streams. That's usually how I get into them. Either that or raids or you guys telling me about them. Stuff like that. Yeah, and a few streamers I like. I don't really watch too much because of the size of the chat. There are a bunch of like friendship groups, which is great, but in some communities it's so hard to bed in with the chat. Won't give you a chance. Absolutely, that is such a huge thing, and I really, really, really try to make everyone feel welcome. If you've been here for an hour, just got here, or have been here for months, you know? I feel like it's just important that everyone has a good time here and feels welcomed, you know? So yeah, that is definitely a good point. Feeling welcome in a chat and not like you're excluded because you're not part of the group. That is such an important thing. So, the other thing that I want to make right now is the hot chocolate. Let me grab the book real quick and I can show you guys what it looks like. So, cocoa broth is what it's called. And here's what the book says about it. A warm... right away, I'm having trouble. A warm hearth, a cozy chair, and a steaming mug of chocolatey liquid goodness. For a halfling, this is the seven heavens, the green hills of Venya to be exact. Rumored to be the result when a halfling mage cast Wish to find the perfect fireside beverage. This salty, sweet, and spicy cocoa creation tickles every part of the palate and cheers every part of the soul. Infused with coffee and spices from a far-off region of Toril called Tucan. Just add some marshmallow to this beverage, pick up a good book or scroll, and you can call it a night. That sounds like a perfect evening to me. So I do have marshmallows. I also have a candy cane that I'm going to add into it. Let's see here. I'm also checking out what you guys are saying in the chat. I also love Animal Crossing now. My friend was playing it, and I had to search around for other AC streamers. Glad I found this channel. It's very welcoming. I'm glad you think that I'm I'm glad you think so, and I'm glad you found me. And I'm glad you're here. Couldn't agree more. I'm pretty much brand new, but Annie helped me immediately on AC. You're welcome. I always get a hello from everyone, and the place is full of genuinely friendly and lovely people. Man, I'm so glad you guys have welcomed each other so much in this community, too. Like, that's not something that just kind of happens, and I'm glad you guys, like each other, too, I guess. I'm part of a sizable friendship circle of streamers, and fortunately we are all super welcoming of newcomers. That is so important, to be welcoming of newcomers, because otherwise how are you going to get new people in, you know? How are you going to meet new people and find out other cool interests and just hang out? I'm really lucky. We also make a point to band together to keep toxicity from it. That's really important too, for sure. I only got a Switch for Christmas. Was watching this stream a bit before Christmas. Was so excited to be able to play finally. Man, Animal Crossing in general is such a wholesome community, so I'm really glad that you guys are in it as well. Twitch and the world, to be fair, need more people like you around, Proud Trico, for sure. Proud Trico has been such a nice person in this chat. I mean, like, when I was playing Life is Strange, letting me know that things were about to get really dark, that was really, really appreciated. Things like that, just helping out. Speaking of Annie helping people, I had a bunch of those flowers you gave me, Annie. Do you want those back plus more? Oh, really? Oh, that's fine. I don't really need them, but I'm going to be playing Animal Crossing again, I think maybe tomorrow, depending on if I can get my PC to work. If it's not working, I'm going to be playing Animal Crossing again tomorrow, and otherwise I'm going to be playing Life is Strange, if it is working. But if you want to come by and drop some off, that's fine, but I don't need them. Yeah, I was late to the party as well, and it's exciting to have people to discuss with the games with and play with you. Super happy for you. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are in it now. Always welcoming of newcomers, and we have people from all sorts of places in the chat. That's really cool too. Badger, thank you so much for giving Proud Trico a 1-month subscription. That's so nice of you. Welcome to the community, Proud Trico. If you want a custom sound thingy, you should send me a soundbite from YouTube, and I will make that happen. Something between 3 and 7 seconds, and that'll play whenever you enter the chat. And that's for anyone who's subscribed. You can do that. Let me know. Once again, Badger, thank you so, so much. That's really sweet. I didn't realize I had some because I got a bunch from a friend, so I thought she had all the ones I had given. She did not. Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, I'm glad you had them anyways. Let's see here. Thanks for the gift sub. What the heck? And I'm the nice one. You're the nice one. You guys are all the nice ones also. No worries, just making sure they can't ever run away. Keeping you guys here. That's so awesome. I have to do that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Maybe I need to hunt for a badger snuffling noise. Ooh, for sure. That'd be cool. Something like that. Alright, I'm gonna get on with the hot chocolate. Sorry if I don't read your comments for a minute or two. I will be back to read them. Let me just... There we go. I'm gonna go look for the silliest soundbite ever. You do that. I love seeing what you guys have in store. Alright, so I need half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, which I have over on my table. And I will just fill that up here. I kind of also need a bowl, but we'll grab that in just a sec. This is a whole new pack of cocoa powder, so have to rip it open. There we go. And I'll pour in half a cup. So this is 4 servings, so I guess I'm having 2 and my boyfriend's having 2, because I don't really feel like making half a serving. Also, I'm making a huge mess of my countertop, which is fine. It's whatever. Got my bowl. Oh, it's wet. There we go. That's better. Let's see here. Thank you so much, but I didn't think I did anything special, just trying to be positive. That is special. That's special in itself. I'm really sorry I've got to go, got a meeting. That's okay, Low-Key Yuke. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully it won't take too long. Have a great rest of stream if I don't see you, and take care, all you lovely people. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a great meeting. Hope it goes well. Which is way more than most people are doing these days. You give a lot more than you realize. For sure. I mean, giving positivity in general and just, you know, being a positive force around. That's so valuable already. Hope the meeting goes well. See you soon, for sure. Thanks so much. I'm just super bad at taking credit for anything. I'm just happy to be here and accepted. For sure, of course you're accepted, and I'm glad you're here. Alright, I'm gonna add this cocoa powder into the bowl. Yeah, that's a huge mess, but that's fine. Next is half a cup of packed light brown sugar. Grabbing my sugar spoon again. And filling this up again. I do like my hot cocoa nice and sweet, so half a cup is going to be just fine, I think. How do you guys like to drink your hot cocoa? Just like normal, or do you like whipped cream with it, or marshmallows, or peppermint, or spices? And do you have any good tips that I should really try? Ooh, I've also heard of spicy hot cocoa. That sounds really good. Let me just dump this in right here. There we go. And I'll turn around again and see what you guys have been talking about. We've got a routine going now. I understand that, Proud Trico. I'm the same. But you're so much more than just accepted here. You're part of the future now. Of the furniture now. I guess part of the future as well. Want to be a slipper? The stand? Ladle? We're part of the same house, I guess. Also, I feel like I was the most emotional one in that Life is Strange episode. The prequel got me super attached to Rachel. I can imagine. I wish I kind of had played the prequel. I might still at some point. Maybe a dustpan and brush to help clean Annie's kitchen. She needs it. Fridge, please. Being full of food would be a bonus. I'm always hungry. That works. Alright, turning around again. Next is 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and half a teaspoon of ground cardamom. Got him. Stop. And the cookies are done. So I better get those out of the oven as well. Ooh, they look good. I have no place to put them though. I guess I can put them on the table. They grew a lot. Or I guess they spread a lot. There you go. Now you guys can see them. Cinnamon, cardamom. I'm just gonna kind of wing it with this because I don't really feel like measuring these out. That seems about right to me for cinnamon. And a bit of cardamom. Slightly less than the amount of cinnamon, but still I like it nice and spicy, so there. Next is some salt. Why did I put all my ingredients over on the table? Just a few cracks. Alright, that's it for the dry mix. The next things are water, milk, vanilla, and coffee. But first, comments. Let's see here. I like my hot cocoa with candy canes in it. So good. I know, right? With candy canes, that's the best. But I do want to try one with rum someday. That sounds good. Candy canes broken up whole, never heard that idea. Either way, I usually like to rest the candy cane on the edge, sort of. So like the long part is in the hot cocoa and kind of gives it a pepperminty flavor. Don't really like hot drinks? I mean, you can drink chocolate milk cold. What's your favorite cold drink then? Panda, that's a cool emote. How do you like your drinks? Broken almost to dust if you want. So good, for sure. That's really good too. I like breaking it up and having the full peppermint flavor in there too. Figured so, but wasn't sure. Yeah, however, I like presenting it as like with the candy cane over the edge. But like practically breaking it up is the best. Alright. So this asks for 1 cup of water and 2.5 cups of whole milk. I'm going to be using soy milk. And then 1.5 cups of espresso, or very strong black coffee. And also vanilla. So I'm going to put the book away. It says, let's see here. Whisk together these things. Bring the mixture to a simmer and cook. Whisking constantly for about 2 minutes, making sure to whisk the gets into the edges of the pan. Whisk in the milk and bring to a simmer. Do not boil. Whisking frequently, about 10 minutes. Whisk in the vanilla and espresso. Taste and adjust the flavor with additional brown sugar if desired. Divide among 4 mugs and serve. Alright, not too hard. So basically this and water goes in first. And once that's to a simmer, I'm going to add the milk and vanilla and all the other things. Gonna need a pan for that. This one is one of my favorite pans. Let me get rid of a little bit of that cocoa powder. That'll about do the trick. And I'm gonna add 1 cup of water to the pan. Just like that. And then start whisking these in. I'm gonna put it on a decently low heat. I had just cleaned this too, that's a little disappointing. Oops, turned it off accidentally. Like 120 should be about good. And dump all this in. Scrape a little bit of the excess out. There we go. All right. And I'll whisk this up a little bit. This is really not going to incorporate that well until the water is hotter. So I'm just whisking this up a little bit for now, and I'll be checking the comments. Let's see here. I'm a water nerd, I'm afraid. Sometimes I go for squash or squash? What is squash? Or a fizzy drink, but water is my main. That's good, honestly. Keep yourself hydrated. You too, Panda? You like water? My mom works at Tim Hortons, a giant coffee chain. They have candy cane hot chocolate that comes with candy canes and whipped cream on top. Ooh, that sounds so good. Yeah, I want that too. I mean, I'm a big fan of the... I just noticed it was starting to boil. I'm a big fan of the peppermint mocha. So this is going to be a little bit close to that, except for with more spices. Need to get the edges of this as well. This smells good. I drink stuff that's not water for the taste, not to quench thirst. Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard of Tim Hortons. Can I ask what country? I feel like I know. Yeah, Canada, right? Are there any rules for the sound clip aside from the obvious family friendly? So yeah, family friendly and about 3 to 7 seconds. That's pretty much it. This is boiling up nicely now. So I'm just gonna keep this at a simmer for a little bit. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because I feel like this might burn. Oof. Check out how thick and chocolatey that is. That looks so good. I think I can pretty much add the milk to this now. Let me turn it down to 80. Oof, that looks really good. I need this way down. Needs to chill. And 2 cups of milk. That's 1. Add that in carefully. And 2. And I still need to add the vanilla and... Oh, that's right, espresso. So let me mix this up. Oh yeah, that really makes it a lot more milky, as it should be. I want to mix this up quite well before I leave it, because I can feel that at the bottom it's a little thicker, so that needs to be incorporated well before I start doing any other things. Sorry that I'm not reading you guys' comments right now. I'll be right back to read them, but I just need to get this all mixed up well first before it actually burns and things. Wouldn't want any of that happening. I can feel that the bottom is a lot thicker than the top, which is a little concerning. Also, how do you guys like the music? Can you hear it well? I just kind of went for adventure music on YouTube. Alright, I think this is pretty well mixed now. So, let me check you guys' comments. From Canada, but expect they are in many countries. I know that they don't have a Tim Hortons here, but I'm not sure where they do. We are hoping to visit Canada when life allows, so we'll aim to try one. That sounds so good, man. I'd love to go to Canada at some point. That seems amazing. It's limited time, only about a month before and maybe after Christmas. But they do sell cans of their hot chocolate mix that you can make at home and just add peppermint and whipped cream. Ooh, that's a good tip. Just as good, but all year round. Good tip, thank you. I wonder if you could, like, buy that online somewhere. Yeah, I figured that, so we'll aim for a trip around Christmas. But thanks for that, and I'll definitely grab some to take home. That sounds really good. Squash here in England, if the stuff you add water... Oh, when you add water to a drink, like orange or summer fruits. Oh, okay. Is it like the syrupy stuff, or is it more of a powder? Once we've made it over, I'll be contacting you for recommendations. Sounds good, guys. Good community. Tell each other what to do in countries. Feel free, but I'm on an island, and there are things in the rest of the country we don't have, and opposite as well. I'll do my best, though. Fair enough. We will be a while anyway, but thank you. Yeah, it's probably going to be a while before things like that are going to actually be possible again. But soon, I hope. Somewhat soon. Alright, I am going to add the vanilla to this, and also the espresso. So, fun fact, my webcam is on top of my coffee maker right now, so while I'm making the coffee maker might just shake a lot, so I'm sorry if the camera, like, shakes uncontrollably. I'm not sure if that'll happen or not, but you've been warned. Let me grab, a mug real quick. Where's my merch mug? There it is. Gotta be using my own merch, of course. Animal Crossing Streamlabs/Animal Crossing. No, that's all not it. StreamElements.com/Animal Crossing. Right, let me make some coffee. I guess it's not going to be espresso, but that's fine. I don't mind that too much. Don't want it too much coffee-like anyways. There we go. Well, while that brews, let me turn around again. It's a thicker liquid of the juice and extra additives. It's like proper apple or orange juice. but slightly different, so it ends up sort of like flavored water. Yeah, we have kind of something like that here as well. We call it, we basically call it lemonade, which it's not, but it's almost like a fruit syrup, kind of, that you add to water. And it's usually like what kids drink here. But, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have 2 bottles of that stuff in my own cabinet. I'm just checking to see how these cookies have gone. They look pretty good. They're only a teeny tiny bit stuck together, which is not too bad. So I'm going to be taking those off. Oh boy, yeah, that shook a lot. Let me just hold the camera like this. How's that? I used to be completely obsessed with Diet Coke. That would be like the one and only drink for me. But I've kind of stepped away from that. I still do enjoy Diet Coke, but nowhere near as much as I used to. There we go. Coffee's done. Let me pour that in. And that basically finishes the hot chocolate. Or the chocolate broth, as they call it. Let me whisk this up a little bit. I think this will be pretty much perfect sweetness-wise. Just finish off mixing this up. Ooh, it feels really nice and thick too. There. That looks good. Alright, I am gonna go surprise my boyfriend with a nice cup of hot chocolate. I don't think I have any whipped cream. That's too bad. That's a shame. But I do have... Actually, this kind of needs to be a little bit warmer, since I can easily dip my finger into it without burning myself. So I'm just gonna warm it up a little bit more. And I'm gonna be grabbing a mug for him. Which one should I grab? I think he'll get the Central Perk mug. I don't think he can hear me right now, so he will genuinely be surprised. There we go. So I've got this mug for him. It's a cute little Central Perk mug. And yeah, this is pretty much done. Just heating it up a little bit more. You can see the way it sticks to the whisk. It's pretty thick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 marshmallows to the bottom of the cup because I like how it gets like really soft when you pour it over. And I'm gonna add 2 marshmallows to my own mug. But yeah, I like how it gets really soft when you pour the hot chocolate over the marshmallows. And then I've got 2 candy canes, which I'm gonna have to unwrap very skillfully because they always break on me. Do you guys have that problem that your candy canes always break when you try to unwrap them? I used to religiously watch this one YouTube channel that was basically just candy making. And I recently found them again. I remember watching them like maybe 3 years ago. I would watch pretty much all of their videos. It was from Lofty Pursuits. And I found their videos again recently. And I almost ordered some candy canes from their website, but then I went to check out, and shipping was like, I don't remember how much it was. It was like $40, I think. So this is how I put my candy cane in, just kind of like hanging off the side there. So I got one without breaking it. See if I can get the other. Oh, this one's actually going a lot easier. There we go. And this seems like it's nice and warm now. I'm gonna turn this off. Pour this over very carefully.
Looks good.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, I didn't see anything. Sorry.
There we go. You can see by the way it pours that it's pretty thick. Just a little bit more. I've got quite a bit left over, so that's going to be round 2, I guess. So let me go bring this over. Got you something.
Ooh, is that hot chocolate for me?
That's hot chocolate for you.
Ooh.
It might be really hot.
Tastes good.
Tastes good? Thumbs
Yeah.
up?
Thumbs up.
There you go, guys. Thumbs up. Apparently it's good. Alright. Now, let me see here. I haven't checked the comments for quite a while, so let me check. Guessing it's either the same or similar, and it's okay, I'll be a kid for the drink, exactly. Here kids and adults drink it. Pretty much most households have a bottle or two. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, here, it's kind of considered a kid's drink, but like, I feel like pretty much everyone drinks it whenever the opportunity arises. Haven't had a candy cane in years, so I don't remember. Yeah, well, it's just nice. It's minty and sweet, and it goes well with hot chocolate. There. Badger says, hello, boyfriend.
Hi.
And neither of you guys have accents at all. I'm mind blown. Especially he doesn't have it. That he doesn't have an accent is truly mind blowing. I also just realized I never put the vanilla extract in, but that's okay. Because he just is Dutch. Like, he's not half American or anything. He's just fully Dutch. Not awkward at all. Yeah, he basically has learned English through work, I guess a little bit through school, and a lot through media, honestly. Alright, well, now that this is done, I think I'm gonna shift the camera back to my normal spot so you guys can actually see me again, and I can read the comments real time instead of being like 5 minutes behind on you guys. And so I'm gonna put you guys on intermission for just a minute, and I will be right back. There we go. I'm back in action. Now I can actually read you guys real time and see what you guys are actually talking about real time. So, these cookies are done, and I'm gonna go put these on this plate. I hope this like kind of pops off easily. I think this is only gonna be making 2 batches of these cookies. Ooh, they are very like crispy on the edges, but nice and soft in the middle. Thank you, Badger. So, do you guys have anything exciting going on anytime soon? Any, you know, basically anything that's exciting right now. I know events and stuff aren't really a thing, but, you know, anything else that gets you excited for whichever next thing is coming up. Does work count? If work's exciting to you, then yes. These cookies are so similar to the cookies I used to make. I kind of lost my original oatmeal cookie recipe. I had a really good one somewhere, but I didn't make it. I didn't make them for a while, and then I just kind of lost it. Your first wedding anniversary next month? No way! Congratulations! That's so cool. I thought my camera was flipped for a second there. Well, congratulations. That's really cool. Do you have anything planned for that? New season of Riverdale starts soon, so that's exciting. For sure. I love watching Riverdale. And the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina final season came out recently. I've been watching it. I'm on episode 7, I want to say. Also, I got my hot chocolate here. Lucky! Welcome in! My goodness, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? I just made my hot cocoa. There, close up. Yeah, so I'm basically gonna use this exact same tray just as is. I know it's a little bit, it has chocolate and stuff on it, but that's fine. I don't mind that. Thanks. We were lucky to get married just before lockdown, for sure. And not really because of COVID, we can't. But I'm going to get her an experience with koalas, so that'll be fun. Oh, that's so cute! Oh, I love that idea. Well, congratulations anyway. I know it's kind of tough to, like, have an actual, like, date night and stuff going out, but, you know, making the best of it anyways. I haven't seen any of the final season, don't tell me. I won't tell you, I'm just saying it's good. It's fun to watch. My sleep schedule is whack. Well, it's fine. You're always welcome here, Lucky. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is on my to-watch list. Go for it, for sure. It's so fun to watch. I mean, it's kind of Riverdale-esque in the way that it's just, like, kind of ridiculous sometimes and kind of doesn't make sense. Also, this is the plate of cookies that we're working with right now. So we've got a nice stack going. But I need to get that out of the way. She loves, loves, loves koalas, and she'll be so excited. Thanks for the congrats. Of course. That's so cool. That kind of stuff is so thoughtful. It's just like, okay, what would she really enjoy? I'm trying to get my camera angle back again. There we go. That's a little better. What is the best way for me to do this? I guess I'll just put this back, actually. It was fine where it was. A little far away, but that's okay. So what's your What's your wife like? What kind of things does she do and things like that? If you want to talk about it. Just wanted to say hi going back to schoolwork. Alright, good luck with your schoolwork. Thank you so much for stopping by, Lucky. Haven't seen you in a little bit. I hope to see you more often. Hope school's going well. Just like the Sabrina comics, we're in the Archie universe. This is in universe with Riverdale in the next town over. It's so good. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much exactly the right description of it. Very similar to Riverdale, same universe. A lot of crossovers with minor characters. Ooh, long comment. Let me scroll back a little bit. She's so thoughtful, I'm trying to repay it. Oh, that's sweet. I'm a big NFL fan, so I'm planning a future trip to watch them play against Indiana. Purely because I can take her to the zoo there, and they do an experience of swimming with dolphins. That's so cool. And she'll think the whole trip is for me, so it will be a nice surprise. That's really cool. That is such a nice surprise. It's like doing something completely unexpected like that is really cool. I've heard really good things, so I'm excited to get to it soon. You should. It's really fun to watch. It's kind of dumb, but, I mean, it's just what you're into, you know? My wife is lovely and a saint. Had to put up with me. She's a teacher, so this year has been hard. Oh, I'm sure. How's teaching at home been for her? I'm sorry, my voice is a little cracky. Dumb TV, best TV, for sure. Sometimes that's just exactly what you need. I think I've got exactly enough dough for 12 cookies. Or, not 12. 18? 18. Although, this might be a really big cookie, so I might have to... Yeah, that's a little too big. So, I'm gonna have to take away some of this. Give that to some smaller ones. But pretty much the exact right amount, which I'm happy with. I didn't want to have, like, half a batch left over. That's just annoying. She hasn't done much, if any, at home due to being kept open for key worker children, and both of her nieces are at her school, so she's been in almost completely. Oh, wow. Is that good or bad? I always kind of like, on the one hand, it's nice to be able to like kind of keep doing your work in a normal way, but I mean, in other ways, it's so dangerous right now, you know? And it feels so kind of as if like they don't really care what happens to teachers at this point. I'll be right back. I'm gonna pop these in the oven, wash my hands, and I'll be back in a sec. There we go. Those are in the oven. So, with that done, I've got my hot chocolate, and I want to read you guys the little bio about the recipe. So first, let me see what you guys have been talking about. Yeah, it's good and bad. Lots of pros and cons. And yeah, it's rough. We've both lost people to COVID. I'm sorry to hear that. And that's the thing. The government has made it clear how little they think of teachers. Just a rough situation. For sure. I mean, gosh, our government has been trying to help teachers, but it's just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like they don't care about teachers, but it's just not enough, you know? They don't do enough. Part of why I want to fill as many nice surprises as possible. Yeah. Oh, don't you worry about talking too much. I enjoy talking to you. Don't you worry one bit. I like hearing from you. This is what's left of my candy cane. Just this little nub. I guess I'll drop that in. So, like I said earlier, this book has a little bit of lore about every recipe. So, let me tell you guys about the lore of this recipe. If I can still find it. Be right here. So this is a little description of it. Dense with oats, chocolate chips, and butterscotch, these diminutive cookies, mine are a little bigger than diminutive, are perfect for halfling hands and the stomachs of everyone. The secret is to pull each batch from the oven a minute before they are done cooking and allow them to finish on the tray. To ensure a golden outside and an extra gooey core, indeed, these nibbles are everything a halfling looks for at the dinner table. At the dinner table! Rich, delicious flavors and speedy preparation, just in time for tea. Yeah, these were pretty convenient to make. Didn't take too long, no waiting in the fridge, any of that. I really like these little descriptions that they have going on. Yeah, I get that. It's hard for governments to deal with this situation, but they could do things different to help people more. But it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. My best friend is a teacher, and this is basically her first year full-time teaching. Gosh, I can't imagine how stressful it's been for her. This is so good. I'm going to be sending you guys the recipes that I've used today in my Discord. So if anyone is interested in these recipes, that's where they'll be. And if you're not in my Discord yet and you would like to be, then you can use the Discord command in the chat. And that'll show up for you. But yeah, this is really good, and I'm sure the cookies are going to be great as well. But I'm going to wait for those until the last ones come out of the oven. Rough, all the love and respect to her. Yeah, for sure. It's been a rough year for her. Also finishing school and everything, so it's been tough, but she's been rallying through it. She's been really, really strong through this all. So yeah. Let's see. What else can I tell you guys about this book? So it is like the official... What's happening?
I beat Hades.
Oh, you beat Hades? Okay,
Yeah,
so my boyfriend is playing Hades.
Left, so
My boyfriend has been playing Hades for the last 2 days? 3 days? Pretty much non-stop. And he finally beat Hades.
yeah.
Very good. Congrats.
Thank you.
Jamie, thank you so much for cheering with 80 bits. I really appreciate that. Hey. Jamie says congrats.
Thank you, Jamie.
Badger also says congrats.
Thank you, Badger.
Thanks, guys. That's sweet of you. Big marshmallow. So yeah, this is actually an official D&D book. The official D&D cookbook, to be specific. And it was written by, like, the main creators of Dungeons & Dragons. So it's not just, like, a fan book. It is actual, like, filled with lore and basically their best descriptions of what their food is actually like. You play D&D yourself at all? A little bit. I've joined in on many campaigns, but I've never finished one. But I do really enjoy it. So I'm not like a huge... I don't play that often or have had that many campaigns, but I do enjoy it a lot. So I do recognize a lot of the things in this book and relate to them somewhat. How about you, Jamie? Do you play D&D? This chocolate milk is so thick. It's like drinking warm pudding. Honestly. It's really good. Haven't in a long time. I miss it. Yeah. It's just fun. You know, it's just a good old time. I was saying before, like, I can imagine that it's kind of tough to find a group to play with sometimes. And I understand that could be a pretty... or also the time and dedication, honestly. I was invited for a campaign earlier this year, but it was in a really, really tough period for me. So I kind of just didn't have enough dedication to actually go through with it. So stuff like that also is a little bit of a hurdle. Because you all need to be able to vibe together on top of everything else. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you need to either have, like... And even if it's, like, you playing with your best friends, that doesn't mean that you'll, like, enjoy playing D&D together, you know? Just, you have to get really lucky to find the right people to play with, I think. But besides that, I mean, once you find a group that's really fun to play with, it's cool. It's a good time. So yeah. Let's see. What else about this book? Got a lot of good reviews and stuff. Also, the pictures in this book. Let me try to show you without too much glare. But these are so pretty. Like, they're so nicely staged. They have such nice props and, like, they give this really rustic feel to the whole situation, you know? This recipe is basically just candy-coated bacon, and my boyfriend has been begging me to make it for him, so I'm gonna be making that soon. Gotta love it. It's just, the pictures in here are so cozy and so well thought out. They just make a lot of sense with the whole vibe of it all. So, another cool thing about this book is it's divided in the cuisines of, like, the races. So, the first chapter is human cuisine, then elven cuisine, dwarven cuisine, halfling cuisine, uncommon cuisine, and elixirs and ales, which is where the hot chocolate is from. That's basically drinks, alcoholic or non. And all the rest of them are somewhat what you'd expect from those cuisines, but not quite a lot of the times. So, like, for the human ones, a lot of them are expected, but a lot of them are also somewhat surprising. I don't know. Also, the names of these are sometimes really cute. Like, Gerdats. It's apparently like baked mushrooms, pretty much. But there's some really fun stuff in here. So, I don't know. If you guys like seeing it, then I might make more at some point from this book. But I also really am looking forward to checking out Claire's book, the Dessert Person book. There's a lot of really nice recipes in there as well. So, That's going to be exciting to use as well. How are the cookies? You know what? Let me try one. Also, welcome back. Crunchy, first of all. Crunchy, chewy. They're soft on the bottom and on the inside. Chocolatey. These are really good. I'll send you guys the recipe. I'll send you a picture of the one in the book. I think I'm allowed to do that. I don't know. In any case, I'll send you guys in the Discord. Annie, my best friend who I haven't talked to in a few months, just messaged me this. This is the best day ever. Cool, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. That's so nice. There we go. The music stopped for a second there. That's really awesome. I'm glad to hear that. They are good. They are really, really good. If you guys ever have the time to make something like this, I'll send you guys the recipe and let me know if you do. They really are good. I really love oatmeal cookies. I like how they're like crunchy but chewy. I don't know. Tough to explain, but these are some good recipes. There's some good stuff in this book. I don't know if it's really available easily, this book, because I know it sold out pretty quickly after we got it. But I'm sure they made more. Oatmeal cookies are some of the best. They are so underrated. I feel like people get like, I don't know, weird about oatmeal cookies. They're like, oh, they're not good. They're old people cookies and stale and dry. But they're not, though. Snickerdoodles are also underrated, for sure. It's really hard for me to find cream of tartar here, which is a pretty essential part of the recipe. So it's hard for me to make those, but every once in a while, I think like 2 years ago, I found some cream of tartar, and I was able to make them then, and they are so good. I'm definitely going to try these cookies. You should. They're really good. I'll send the recipes right after the stream so you guys can check them out. I had these vegan ones and they were the best. Ooh, that sounds good. Did you make them or did you buy them from somewhere? I always love vegan recipes, especially if they're like actually good, because a lot of vegan recipes are kind of almost as good. But every once in a while, vegan baking is surprisingly good. I bought them at this vegan cafe. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's hard to find snickerdoodles around here. Actually, I don't think I've ever found them around here. But yeah, snickerdoodles are good. Chocolate chip cookies, honestly, are still some of my favorites, so that won't really change anytime soon. Let me just turn this over here a little bit. There we go. Chocolate chip is a timeless classic, for sure. Chocolate chip you can't really go wrong with. That's why I really worked hard on my chocolate chip cookie recipe, and that's why everyone always asks me for my chocolate chip cookie recipe. Not that anyone is ever gonna get it, but like, it's just one of those things among like friends and family. It's like, can you bring those chocolate chip cookies, you know? I did vegan pumpkin cookies. Ooh, on stream, which were so tasty. That sounds good. Can I find that anywhere? Oh, stop. Cookies are done. I'll be right back. Let me grab those out of the oven real quick. There. It's all done. Yeah, the pumpkin cookies. Can I find those anywhere? Do you have like a recipe or something? That sounds so good. I have this pumpkin. I've had it for months. Yamate, hey, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Welcome in. I've had this pumpkin here in my house for, well, since September. So that's September, no, end of September. So October, November, December, over 3.5 months, I think. Yamate, thank you so much for the 12 bits. I really appreciate it. Aw, I missed you too. Thank you for being here. How have your streams been going lately? It was back in October, so the VOD not available anymore, but yes, I'll send you the recipe for pumpkin cookies. Sounds good. I've been, maybe a tip. I've been uploading my VODs to YouTube, just, like, unedited, just my VODs. No effort at all, pretty much. So, I mean, if you're looking for a way to keep your VODs around for longer, that's a good way to do it. You restarted your Animal Crossing island? No way! How's that been going? And what are your inspirations for your new island? Anyways, so the pumpkin. I've had this pumpkin for 3.5 months. Aw, thank you, Yamate. I appreciate that. That's so sweet of you to say. It used to be completely dark green, and now it's just been turning orange, so I guess it's ripening? I don't know. So I might use this for some type of pumpkin recipe at some point, but it's firm. It's not like rotting or anything. It's heavy. It's basically just ripening in my house, and it's been ripening for months. Pumpkin spice latte? Just make a pumpkin spice latte out of one big pumpkin. Carve out the whole pumpkin and then just fill it up with the coffee. That's so dumb. But yeah, anyways, so if you want to keep your VODs around longer, that's been working for me, and with your creator dashboard type of thing, you can, like, you can really, really easily export to YouTube. My lash is literally falling off. It just has like an export to YouTube button, and it just does it all for you. So it's been convenient for me, if that's something you're interested in. Ooh, pumpkin curry. Ooh, that sounds good. I might make that tonight anyways. Whether I use that pumpkin or not. That sounds good. I haven't had curry in a while. Inspiration. A little fall cooking inspo. I do miss fall. What's you guys' favorite season? Mine is definitely fall, but I love winter as well. I love the holidays and just being cozy and warm at home. Lots of layers. The only thing I miss about fall is, like, basically the pretty fall colors. Fall and winter? Yeah, me too. It's just like a happy time. Just sent you the recipe on Discord? Thank you! I'll check them out soon. That sounds good. And they're vegan too. How friendly of you. Winter because of the magical snow and Christmas lights. I wish there was magical snow here. I would say winter if it would actually snow here, but it hardly ever does. I do have beautiful lights right outside of my window though, so I am very happy with that. Fall for beautiful maple leaves and Halloween. Absolutely. It's just such a nice and cozy time. Yeah. Well, anyways guys, I think that's pretty much the stream from me. Who do you guys want me to raid? Is there anyone you want to see, or any game in particular? I mean, I love hanging out with you guys and talking, but I have nothing left to do. My cookies are ready. My chocolate milk is almost gone. Some Animal Crossing? Sounds good. Let's see if I can find anyone. Of course, Badger, thank you so much for being here. And thank you again for gifting Proud Trico a sub. That was really, really sweet of you. Yeah, since basically everyone here loves Animal Crossing. Also, to anyone who's new here, welcome in. I hope you follow if you're enjoying your time here, and I hope to see you again next time. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Possibly Life is Strange if I can get my PC to work, otherwise I'll be streaming Animal Crossing. And besides that, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night or whichever time it is for you, and I am gonna find someone to raid. Let's see here. Raid channel. Who are playing right now? None of my top recommended are playing Animal Crossing right now, and I do think that's a good idea. A nice wholesome way to end out the stream. Where'd I put my phone? There it is. Let me see who's playing Animal Crossing right now. If there's anyone interesting that I see. Maybe someone that I don't know yet. Let's see here. Let's go down the line a little bit. I always like it when people do have their cameras on. And of course English. Someone small? Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit to at least below 8 or below 10. Who's this? Ooh. Oh, dang it, I lost her. Let me go back down and find someone, because I found someone that I think might be interesting to watch. She has the kitty headphones that I want so dearly. She has her camera on, and I'm pretty sure she speaks English. I don't know, I didn't get the chance to actually check. Wait, where'd you go? Dang it. How did I lose her so quickly? Oh, there she is. Catnip is her name. Good friend of yours is streaming? Maybe next time. Let me know next time if they're streaming and I'll go for that. But I like supporting a small streamer for this one. So let's go for Catnip. Alright guys, I hope you have a great time over there. Have to lean forward a bit to... There we go. Hope you guys have a great time over there. Let her know where you came from. I'll be there for a little bit, but I also have to go have lunch because it's almost 5:30. Why am I like this? But yeah, anyways. Hope you guys have a great day or night or whichever time it is for you. And I'll see you all next time. See you, hope to see you stream soon. You too, Yamate. I hope to see you stream again soon. Will do. Thank you for the great stream. Thank you so much for being here, Proud Trico. I appreciate it. Alright, bye guys.